A lot of people often say to me, Dan, why don't you guys have a Twitch channel? To which I say, you're a stupid person. How dare you ask me that? Get out of my house. Because we have got a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Danger Club Podcast. We have a show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. at UK time. Dangerous Wednesdays. You can come and join James and me and basically every other member of the club at different times. And we do reviews of gaming products. We talk about the latest news in role-playing games. And we chat to you. We answer all of your questions live. We hang out. We have fun. It's tremendous. Twitch.tv/Danger Club Podcast, 6 p.m. here in the UK every single Wednesday. Be there. Stay dangerous. Stay Wednesdays.
Previously on the Danger Club Podcast.
What's your name?
My name is Burke.
I think the cat was still alive.
We must get in there at once.
Well, you first.
Very good.
Now we have a legitimate reason to get in and save the guy.
Well done.
Philippe, you want to run down the thing and see if there's anything going on? That's what I thought. Yeah, go.
You don't know if that's a yes or a no.
A huge, gooey mass of yellowy slime.
This is going to be horrendous.
The adventure continues now.
Let's roll. I need a trim and edge.
A what?
Do you remember that?
Yeah, you're looking a bit bouffanty, aren't you, James?
I did have a haircut. The barber I like, he likes long hair, so he wants to leave it long on the top, and I'm like, no, I just cut that.
What, you've got a barber? You've got a barber who doesn't like work.
Yeah, well, he's a lovely, lovely guy. He is the most rock barber you've ever seen in your life. Like, he's Greek, he's covered in tattoos, really cool dude. It was just like, yeah, I just don't like short hair. And I was like, you're a barber.
When I had hair back in the hazy annals of time, beyond from the dawn of man.
I remember the 90s.
Yeah, before even the dwarves made their race for sky, when I had hair, I used to go see a few barbers, and one of them was this really, really nice, massive Spanish guy. And whenever he was cutting my hair, he was always like, if you keep it short, then it allows the power to get through. If you keep it long all the time, the power weakens. And he would say this to me, like, as he's like sort of pseudo-massaging my head and like, you know, grooming my hair. It was very, like, it was a moment, I'm not going to lie. Like, it was a bit swoony. Like, he was a really nice guy.
I used to go to a place across the road from me back when I lived near Canary Wharf. And I tried, well, it was a new place just across the road, and I was like, I'll go here, it's really close. And the woman cut my hair was like, oh, what do you do with your hair in the morning? So I was like, I just sort of wash it and leave it. I don't really do anything with it because it's long and you don't have to do anything like that. She's like, oh, try to try.
Yeah, you will be.
That's a lesson we can all take something from, isn't it?
You'll be unsurprised to know I haven't had a haircut in about 4 or 5 years, so I have no idea what you're all talking about.
Yeah.
I had one the other day, and every time I sit down, the barber's always like, "Oh, your hair's in such good condition." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
I use hip hop, just rub it in there, and it's
I use hip hop. James,
isn't that what it's used for?
We've discussed this, right? Hip hop is not a hair product.
What is this hip hop?
I went to the fancy barbers just for like the brief period that they were open again. I snuck in there because that used to be my treat in like start December, because November I'd be doing Guy Fawkes stuff at Tower London, so you got like big beard and full long hair and everything for it, and at the end of it go and have a nice shave and like everything. And now nice, because there's no kind of historical acting work, I'm like, I can just virtually have a Mohican. Like, I can get full undercut. My wife is not happy about it. She does not care for the undercut, and to be fair, my head is significantly colder than a sensible person's head should be, really. I'm doing myself a disservice.
You chose
Ross, you're looking very fancy.
Am I? Oh, thanks, Dan.
You're very swaffed back. You're very Beelzeboob today, in the sort of not horribly scarred, but like swaffed back.
I do have a little meat man down by me, so yeah.
Oh God! It's nearly Christmas, and Ross has a little
made
meat
of
man.
pepperami and skin.
Pepperami.
Yeah, that's what pepperami is. It is made of skin, anyway.
Just any skin that I could find. You'll find out what skin on our Come Dice With Me.
Wow.
Isn't that finished by now?
All right, yeah,
That's
all right.
finished by now.
Okay, so
You can still You can still get it though on the Patreon. You can go and get every episode of
Actually,
that.
technically, mine
ridiculous.
was. Oh no, wait! I don't know if my skin one. I can't remember. But yes,
You can
and
find
watch
out
it.
about Ross's
Good link.
little
Good watch
sausage.
it as well. Watch the podcast.
yeah.
Good link,
with skin.
good intro, good hair. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
Speaking of nice smelling hair, I always got pseudo trolled whenever I do gigs with. Whenever I work with drum, I'm always there in the green room, surrounded by lots of attractive people, smelling this smell. I'm always like, wow, which one of these really glittery, really fancy ladies smells so nice? Like her hair, it's just this waft of like vanilla and cake and coconut. Where can it be coming from? It's always coming from drum. It's always coming from drum. Drum's hair always smells of like this coconut balm. It's just maddening. Like I'm like, wow, who is she? Who is that girl?
I remember. Yeah, Colin. I tell you what. I mean, you can feel free to tell this story. It is technically definitely your story, but it's because of the African pride I use on my hair. That's the stuff, man. That's the stuff. But yeah, go ahead, Colin. You can let them know.
I'm straight up coconut oil, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like I don't muck about. It's just coconut oil every day. Well, not every day, because otherwise I'd just be like an oily mess. But yeah, me and Drum talk about hair products quite a lot, I think, every time we're together. And there was once we were in a green room, and I don't know if this is a misquote from me, but we had like a piece of paper on the wall where we'd write down a funny thing that someone would say in the green room. And Drum once wrote down something that I apparently said, you smell like girls I want to be on.
That was exactly it.
I remember that quote. I can remember looking at it on the wall back when I joined, and I was like, "Who are these eldritch men that say these things to each other? One day, perhaps I could be one of these people and say things like this to them."
Yeah. There was another one from Rachel Henley, and she said once, Rachel Henley, big up again. She joined the podcast for a couple of episodes. She had one that says, "Trust me, I know fluids." All of these are taken out of context, people. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Of course. Hashtag no context.
Yeah.
Speaking of fluids,
Nice.
You are
Nice.
currently
Nice.
yeah.
all about these. You're currently back in a sewer. The Danger Club are spending a lot of time in sewers in recent weeks, but this time it is a sewer under the city of Quantium, the magical city. So it is a sewer full of all kinds of arcane runoff from the various experiments going on here. You have gone to the apothecary shop, trying to seek out. Drum, you wrote their names down. I want to benefit from your excellent. Oh no, now there's panic. I'm just seeing pure panic.
I don't even have my sheet on me. What am I doing? Oh, no, hold on. I'll go and get it. Hold on. It's right here.
You put so much effort into it. I mean, I would argue that your sheet is probably something that you should have had.
So getting ready to record. Got my coconut oil. Check. Got my fluffy seat cover. Check. Think I'm done.
If it helps, you
ready.
smell fantastic, buddy. I wouldn't worry.
That's what really counts.
You sound like a drow I'd want to be on.
Oh, Christ. Now I can't even find the names that I've written on there. Where did I put them? Where are they?
Oh, Drum, you're on note taker now. You're on note
You were so proud of writing those notes. I just wanted to.
I was so proud. Shot Riddell. Yeah.
Forgotten.
Excellent work.
Curated wishes. Yeah. That's right. It's in the bazaar. Those are my notes.
It is in the bazaar. That's your
That's
notes.
not even the names you're looking for, is it?
No, it's not. You went to the bazaar. You found Chartreudel. You went to the bookshop, and you went to Curated Wishes. Folton got a book about horse sex. You achieved all of your goals in that side quest.
Brilliant.
And now you have gone to the apothecary shop, seeking the Olavi.
Just while Drum's looking this up, I really wish that we had some kind of Steam Achievement Awards. Like, I'd love to see the achievements that we've unlocked. It's like, oh, yep, you've unlocked the horse-loving badge. Well done. You've got that secret Easter egg.
No, the only other notes I've got are Winsel Starborn, Archlords, Spire of Nixt, Bloody Handprint, Rolling Pin, Hairs, Maps, Elf Trace, Kerador, map of Absalon, and something here that says Bijan Zenup. So that's all I got.
Drum,
That sounds like
your...
So Bijan and Zainab are the names of the twins that you're speaking for. There we go, Drummond.
that literally sounded like your best of album from your crazy 70s sort of prog rock days.
Who could forget old Winsel Starborn? Winsel, oh, he's born from a star. That was how the song started. Anyway,
That was quite good.
Oh, thanks.
Probably the best.
It's so good. I have by my computer at the moment just a load of scrap paper that I'm using for notes for whatever, and because of the variety of things that I'm using for that I use my computer for at the moment, it's like loads of notes about presenting gigs I'm doing, just like names of people I've got to shout out, lists of bits of script, a few initiative trackers, and then in big letters just the word monkey balls, which was from Starfinder the other day.
I was going to say, my brain just did a 360 there. I was like, wait a second, I remember this, but I do not, but this is wrong. Yes.
Stuff that you find on GM and player notepads. Right, so yes, you went into the sewers. You found all this arcane runoff. So you got those sort of yellowy goo as you're walking along the path at the side of the river of effluent. You're in a big room. Looking around it, you've got the way you came back behind you, which kind of branches off to a tunnel. You chose to come this way. There was another tunnel to the south that had sort of thick, sticky blue goo, which you didn't like the look of, and Philipe didn't like getting covered in. And now you're in a sort of a large room. There's like a pathway, about a 10-foot wide pathway going around the edge of the room. In the middle of the room, there is just this pool of sticky yellow goo. There is an exit from the room over to the west, which leads further off into the sewers. And as you are walking along it, fortunately, you had a split party for a little while, having just done a load of Danger Recalls where we've been talking about split parties. You had a very split party for a bit as Philipe went running off and then came running back. You've rejoined the party back together, started walking along, but as you were walking along, this big yellow gloopy mass has just risen up out of the sewer behind you, dripping with goo, and is leering over you. And right away at the start of this episode, everybody, I would like you to roll for initiative.
All
please.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Time
We
for
are
battle.
fighting custard. So,
Are we feeling confident there, James? That sounded like a confident.
I mean, it could have been worse, but it could have been a heck of a lot better. Velda.
Now, before you put your bonuses on, because I know that you work on being cautious. If anyone would like to add their stealth score rather than their perception score, I'm happy for you to do that.
Ooh, thank you, Dan. Yes, that does help a little bit.
That's a little bit.
So,
One and the same, so it would be either. It would be either.
So, based upon that, but a little bit better, Velda got 14.
14 for Velda. That's not.
It's not bad. It's
not great.
Not great. Thanks.
But it's all right. How about Shania? How was
21.
21.
21 as well.
Druids with the wisdom.
Hey,
21 for
snap.
Bubs.
What'd you get, Colin? Sorry.
21.
Oh yes, that's quite good.
What'd you get, Caragor?
24.
A 24 for Cara.
Yeah,
That's all right. We weren't doing the thing.
No, I never said it wasn't all right. I'm just saying congratulations to you for getting a 21, Colin. It's good.
Congratulations to you for getting a 24.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
New year, new rules. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
new
just
was.
Got this vision of 40 years' time, the two of you locked in mortal combat in some dusty place.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God, this blood feud must end.
Roll another dice, Scott. Roll another dice.
God, my bones are crumbling.
Who wants to go first out of Shania and Bubs?
Oh, Drum, you can go first, mate.
Are you sure? All right.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
So much love in this room right now. Ross, what did you get for Folton Battlestone?
22 for Folton and 13 for Beelzeboob.
Oh, again, 2 characters, Ross.
Yeah. So what? Come at me, bro.
We are. We come at you every episode. We do it every episode. We do come at you.
You got 2 characters as well. You're in my axe.
I mean, I've got 1 and a bit.
Do you know what? I'm gonna. You know what? Fulton's gonna throw the axe away into a pit of lava.
Oh yeah, kill him again. Kill him again.
Away.
Why not? Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's all laugh at Colin. His character's dead.
Let's all laugh at Colin because his character is dead.
You wait.
Quick, deflect of Elder's 10. Quick.
Yeah. Don't forget, I lost a 10. All right. So the struggle is real.
We've all lost things, right? It's time to find out. Are you ready for this jelly? Caragor One Fang, you are the first one to react.
Realise that I scored highest on the initiative, and I've got absolutely no idea what I can do apart from attempt to slice viscous wobbly matter with my various tools that are made for slicing and dicing things. Is it a square blob? Is it an amorphous gel? Is it a mound? Does it look vaguely humanoid? Is it coming from the ceiling or the floor? Does it have shapes in it? Is it marbled colour? Does it look oily in texture?
Ooh, marbled. It is rising up out of the sewer. It has no obvious anatomy. It has just sort of tendrils of slime that are sort of whipping away from it and around. You'd say it looks a little bit angsty. If you had to kind of get a read on it, you feel like it probably writes some slime poetry at home, but it's
angsty custard.
It does not look friendly.
Cool.
Let's try and translate what I'm trying to blag out of my DM into a mechanical roll, shall I? Let's roll on the hunt prey.
All right. So you hunt prey.
23.
A 23 is pretty good. It's so you are dealing here with a slime. You're dealing with an ooze.
I got a quick question. With that trap that we set off, was that in this same day?
It was, yes.
It was. Okay, right. So just heads up, guys. I used all my healing. After that
great.
trap. Sorry, I had like sort of 3 or 4, I think, sort of healing spells prepared.
That's okay. We got a bard who can take healing spells now.
Have we? Oh right.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Bards can take healing
Great,
spells.
all right. I mean, I've got like a couple of.
No, I've got none.
Scrolls.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, Colin. That's okay. We've got an alchemist who can take healing reagents and give us healing things, don't we?
He's not even looking at us. He's not even looking at us.
3 characters! We've got 3 potential healers at the party!
No, not me.
3!
But surely, as Beelzeboob is so bad at throwing stuff, like, wouldn't maybe healing be a good thing to stick in there? You don't have to roll to hit.
It's just not bad. It's just I'm rubbish at rolling. That's why. Every time I rolled, it was just like a natural fucking 1. So then it's more dangerous when Beelzebub does it, because obviously he affects other people. Whereas Folton, he just throws his axe or bends his axe,
He's the Uri Geller of dwarves.
Okay, so this is, even though it's not in your field of study, that's high enough to know that this is an ochre jelly. So it is a kind of ooze. Oozes are sentient slimes that hunt in the ground, that hunt underground. In terms of stuff that it can do, they are generally quite resistant to slashing and piercing weapons. Bludgeoning weapons is what you want to use against them. They tend to have acid damage. However, ochre jellies don't generally damage people. They're often used for embalming, so they'll put an ochre jelly into a sarcophagus and it will just dissolve all the flesh and bone but leave all of the valuables. So if it does melt all of you, the good news is that all of your loot will still be there, so the rest of you can cart that off and stay wealthy. So there's good news in that.
And it is, however, having said that it isn't necessary, knowing that it doesn't necessarily go for humanoids, it is still in fact attacking us, right? And we should probably right, okay.
It is definitely attacking. Yeah, they are highly aggressive.
Cool. Caragor takes a step back, pulls out the longbow and goes, right lads, we're gonna have to get smashy rather than slicey, if you know what I mean. then knocking an arrow to the longbow. He nods at Folton. Yep, you're up, Blade. You're up. Consciously taking a step behind him, he knocks an arrow to his longbow and takes a shot. Maybe he'll take a couple of shots.
All right, so you got you got 2 actions. That's 1 action to do that. You're already behind Folton, so go ahead, take a shot. Behind the curtain thing, I actually have a Roll20 map open because I have a spare monitor here, so I can see where everyone is for this fight, which may become relevant.
19.
19, that's a hit.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll some damage.
6.
6 points of damage. The arrow slices directly through the arrow slices directly through the ooze, hitting it right through the center. The ooze sort of shudders and then splits in half and just falls, and a second ooze rises up next to it, torn along the thing where the arrow was. You now have 2 oozes, slightly small, both a little thinner than the previous one. But yes, you now have 2 oozes in combat.
It's the first time I've damaged it, right?
That is the first time you've done some damage.
Which I think is another D8.
Yes, you can roll that.
Which is a further 4.
Okay, cool. It's still that's all it does is it splits.
I'll take that second shot.
Okay, we're going for the second shot. Against which one? Because you now have 2 targets. Same as the first?
The one that's furthest away from Folton.
Furthest away from Folton. Okay, good plan.
Falling back into the old punch me, hit me, 1-2. The old classic, eh? Remember that? Remember, that's a natural 20.
Natural 20. It's a critical hit.
Now, the crit specialization on a longbow means that I stick it to a wall. But I don't know if you can do that with an ooze. I mean, it'd be pretty sucky if I couldn't, but then again, it wouldn't make any physical sense if I did, so...
It doesn't, and unfortunately, the thing you will now find out from doing it, oozes are immune to critical hits. They have no discernible
anatomy. Not gonna roll another 20 for like 6 episodes.
No. However,
the glee on your face, Dan. The glee on your face right now.
Yeah. I can't believe we're 15 episodes into playing The Slithering, and this is the first ooze that you have encountered. So you're going to get real good at fighting these things.
Oh, great.
Cool. Drum, make a note.
Just okay.
Sort of slime.
Do I have it right that on a deadly, because a longbow's got a deadly D10, do I switch to a D10 on a crit as opposed to a...
No, you add an extra D10 onto the damage.
Fuck yeah!
But unfortunately, it's only weakness is adamantine, so...
Yeah. Oh, hang on, wait. No perceivable weaknesses also needs bludgeoning weapons to hit it. Hang on a minute. Is everyone... Wait, guard Bubba. Make sure Bubba's okay. Protect Bubba from this. Okay, well, I rolled pretty good on those. Like, it's a 19 total.
A 19 damage. Fantastic. Okay, the arrow blasts through the newly formed ooze, splitting it again. Ooze flies out the back of it and then rears up behind it. You now have a third ooze in the room. Again, slightly smaller than... So you have two smaller oozes and one kind of half-size ooze in the room. There are 3
Maybe we could just cut
ooze. Too many ooze.
Come on. They're okay. They're used for embalming people. And apparently these don't split, but they are getting smaller. So I'm going to stay here. Off you go, Folton. Smash it.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get them down small... If we can get them down small enough, then, we could just walk over them and go away,
Yeah, maybe.
That's not a bad plan. Shania has a plan. Does Folton have a plan? Folton, you are face down. You've got not face down. You're facing down a pair of oozes.
Yeah.
A trio of oozes, but one's behind.
I had my axe out, so I'm going to switch to my warhammer, and then smashy one of them.
Folton, you draw your warhammer for 1 action, and then you swing at the one in front of you.
Oh, that is a 19 on the die, and that is a bloody hell, 32.
32.
Yes.
Oh my! 32 points of damage.
No, 32 to hit.
32 to hit. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, that's a critical hit.
Yeah, but it's immune to critical. The specialization bit.
It's immune to the specialization. I don't believe you do double damage on getting over it. Yeah, so it's just regular damage.
Oh.
That's a point. I'll look it up after this one. I'm pretty sure immune to criticals makes you immune to a critical from getting 10 or over. But Dangerlings, let us know on the Discord, because we're going to need to get good at fighting oozes across the Slytherin.
Maximum on the die. It is 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damaggio.
Okay, so Folton, you drop the axe, drop poor M onto the sewer floor.
I put it on my sticky back thing, like in a game where you just it has got that sticky thing on your back, and you just put it on.
You plunge it into, that's called hammer space as a gaming term. That's the place that your hammers and everything go to, this sort of extra dimensional space behind your back where all of your weapons go. So Folton just kind of puts it on his back, it disappears, then you draw it.
I like that in World, the MCU, and I think the comics Captain America justified that with the little tiny magnet that he's got on his back, so his shield just clunks into place. But what happens every time he goes into battle with Tony Stark? Every time they're back to back in the Quinjet when they're about to go and they're just about to blast off, and then at the last moment Steve just gets yeeted towards Tony and they fly down together. And I was like, whoa!
I think that's one of the most pleasing noises in the MCU franchise, is that little noise when his shield clunks onto his back, the little magnetic kind of clink. It's just really satisfying. It's a great noise. That and all of Taika Waititi's dialogue, they're the kind of two best noises in that franchise. So Folton, you swing your hammer into the ooze and slam. It ripples and shudders, and bits of it just drop off into the water as it shudders. Crucially, it doesn't split. Just the bits that you knock off with the hammer just fall into the water and kind of trickle away. So you managed to do damage without creating another ooze. You have one action left.
Yeah, just go for another smashy. It's minus 10, isn't it?
It is no, it's minus 5 because you only made one.
Whoa! So that is a 25. So 20 on the die.
20. That's a hit
with the minus. Cool. Oh, fucking go from maximum to minimum. So that's 5 points of damage.
Okay, 5 points of damage. However, it does all go through.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is 5 points. Sorry. Yeah.
No DR against bludgeoning, so you slam the hammer into it a second time. It's not as good a hit, it's reeling backwards, you only hit a bit of it, but you hit one of the pseudopods that's like trailing off and it flies into the water away from the thing, so you're doing some damage to it. Excellent work. It is Shania Rain and Philipe the Devil Monkey.
Okay.
Go. So Shania, you've got Philipe in between you and the ooze at the moment, to give you an idea. So you're not in direct melee with it, if that affects you.
So Shania hands a club to Philipe. That's one move, is it? Yeah.
That'll be one action. Yeah.
And then says, "Smashy, Philipe." So.
I think for the purposes of narrative, we've established that Philipe is smart enough to use a club. Like, he formed a criminal empire in Absalom. He can use a bit of a table leg as a weapon.
So Philippe's going to go and club him, right? Okay.
Go for it. So just make a regular attack with the club.
With Philippe's stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So use Philippe's. I think if he's got a claw attack or
he's got a fist attack.
Yeah, going to give him a fist. Fine. Roll the fist attack. That's fine. That's bludgeoning anyway. So you're
but right. I don't want him to like acid his hand off. That's why I gave him the club.
Okay.
Yeah. Shania's always thinking. And it is 27.
27. That's a hit.
Cracking. So, do I use the from the club,
use the what's the damage die for the fist?
The damage die for the fist is a 1d6,
and the club is what, 1d8 or 1d6 as well?
2d6, I think. No, maybe it's 1. I don't know. No, 2. No, it is 2.
I think it should be 1.
Like it says 2 here. I don't know why it says on traits. It says throw 2d6.
Throw 2d. Okay, I think that means you can use it for thrown weapons.
Sorry.
Not the actual damage. So just roll the fist damage because it's a regular club is the
right.
same damage as a fist, so
Okay.
there's no difference. But he's not in any risk of any damage from.
All right, so that's 4 then. I got 4 on the die.
Excellent.
Cool.
Does he have a strength bonus?
3. So
I can add 3.
sweet. All right, 7 points
points
damage.
of damage. Cool. Philipe whacks it with a club. Philippe's got one more action if you want to make another
what
attack.
about Shania?
Shania also has one more action.
Well,
So you both
I'd
have
like
one action.
Shania to use. Well, I guess like Philippe can take another attack, right? Let's do that first. All right.
Yes, Philippe can do that. He's got a
Minus
-5
5
on this one.
Oh, God, dear, that's terrible. Okay, so that's 11.
11, that's
Okay.
not enough, I'm afraid. It's reeling back and he swings
And
at it.
Shania would like to use her scroll of summon elemental.
Ooh, it's a good one. I think, however, it's a 3-action spell,
all right.
summon elemental, so you will need to wait till
Okay.
next turn to use that. But
Can
you
I
the
draw it
scroll
and then it'll be
ready.
just 2 actions next time? Is that all right?
No, drawing it is 1 action
Okay.
anyway, and then next round 3 actions. to
Okay,
cast
all right,
an
all right,
elemental.
cool.
And you will have it there, so you've got it ready and
Okay.
waiting. I tell you what, while we're doing Bubba's Go, someone with a spare window open up the summon elemental spell, so we've got it on screen, so we can look that one up nice and quick. Bubba Von Hoops, it is your go.
So bludgeoning damage, and would that include force damage?
Force damage is a different kind of damage, so you're not totally sure about force damage yet, but you know force damage tends to be quite effective.
Okay, cool. I'm going to just the old classic magic missile. I'm going to send it at a level 3 spell, so I get 1 extra missile. That's 4 missiles being shot, 2 at one of the users, 2 at the other. Why not? Let's do that.
Okay, you got 3 users.
There's
at
2
the moment.
users now, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's 3
two
users
at one of the
isn't there?
users.
In fact,
There's 3, yeah.
Okay,
You got
all right.
big one,
In that
big
case,
one and 2 small ones.
big one and 2 small ones. Let's go for the big one. Just all 4 at the big one. Let's
All
go.
4 at the big one. All right, they all slam unerringly into its slimy surface. All of the damage goes through. No
Kidding
resistance to
me?
it. Force damage, man. Basically, nothing is immune to force damage.
Okay, great, fantastic. In that case, yeah. Well, that's my go.
Oh no! Oh no! Was it that bad?
Well, magic missile. It's 1, isn't it? So
it's
Yeah, but you
1,
heightened it to level 3, didn't you?
yeah, I did.
D4, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's 1d4 per missile plus a bonus.
Even if you
Yeah.
heighten it to level 3?
I think so. Yeah, I think the heightening it just gives you more missiles.
It just gives you more missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So you end up like
That's-
the Mandalorian, sort of little shrieking
see.
birds. Or whatever.
Well, I
so-
sent. If I'd have sent it a level 2 spell, it would have been 3 missiles. So that's 3 actions. But you get 1 extra.
Yeah.
So my 3 actions are done.
So that's your 3 actions. So you hit it with 4 missiles. How much damage do you do?
Well, you said that it didn't. Does it? It goes straight through.
No,
All the damage.
no, I said it goes straight through its damage resistance. It does full damage.
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, no, it's good.
Jake.
It blasts through its shields. It takes 4d4 plus 4 damage.
Very little is resistant to force
Okay.
damage.
2.
Yeah, force damage is amazing. Not much does it, but
The Force.
That's 12 points of
Force.
damage.
the force is a pathway to many slimes, some consider to be unnatural.
That's
12 points
points
of damage, just slamming just a volley of missiles hit the slime and just knocking bits of it off, and it just kind of shudders and creaks as it hit by them. That did some serious damage for it. Good work.
Totally misheard that. I was like, oh shit, that's my go.
I thought your reaction was a bit weird because you were like, "Oh, what? I mean,
You
you did max
kidding
damage."
me?
That's like when a medical person says, oh, it's negative. And people go, oh no.
Yeah, you got a minus. Oh, I didn't
That's
want
a good thing.
minus.
It's a good thing.
Well, I tell you what is positive is that I'm positive that it is now the jelly's go. The jelly looks at its options and goes first of all It's going to go first of all for Folton Battlestone. Let's see, what have we got here? It's got a pseudopod. That sounds exciting. I'm going to go with a pseudopod. It's a natural one. Natural
Does it
one.
mean I have to draw a fumble card then?
Can an Ooze get fumbles?
Yeah, an Ooze can get fumbles.
Not immune to it's immune to crits, but it's not immune to fumbles. So I'm going to grab the fumble.
I hope it's something like you dislocate your wrist.
I hope it's something like really humanoidy, like you have identity crisis, and you go back to your town that you live in, and then Dan has to obey the critical card. He has to come up with a town for the Ooze.
I can tell you now, Scott, if it was Starfinder, that would absolutely be what the card would say. It's the most random.
That's how long it's been since we've had combat. Didn't have my fumble cards.
Dan's not ready,
right.
Dangerlings. He's not ready. This is the sort of DM we're dealing with right now.
Windows open, and I haven't got my.
Didn't have his fumble.
All right. Oh my goodness! Creeping hesitation. Yes. You are flat-footed until the end of your next turn. It's got -2 to its armor class.
Ooh. Excellent.
Awesome. Hesitant blob.
It's just an Ooze though, so by creeping hesitation, is it just sort of like vibrating? That
was hot garbage. I'm switching to the. I'm going to switch to the Roll20 roller for the rest of this. Right, it's going to go against. It's going to try and hit Philipe. It doesn't like Folton. It's going to go for Philipe. That is a 19 against Philipe.
Ooh, let's have a look.
Philippe's monkey armor.
Philippe's special monkey armor is AC 20.
AC 20. Philipe ducks out of the way.
That leather jacket's really tough, man.
Nice.
It shrugs it off. And then it flails out one of its tendrils back at Folton. It's going to go for Folton again with its final one. -10 on to the roll. It's only a 9. Oh, it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
First jelly has completely failed to make any kind of an impact. Velda Kenblight.
Okay, can I make an Arcana check to see if fire would be an effective thing?
You're going to want occultism against Oozes.
Oh, that's actually not too bad for me. Okay, here we go. Tiny dice rollings. Oh, that's good. 24.
A 24. Yeah, fire should be fine against it. You don't want to use electricity against it.
Right. Okay. Good. Thank you for that. In that case, Vilda sort of puts his hands together and he utters the arcane words and summons a flaming sphere.
Oh,
and
the sphere
I guess
is here.
we've been directing fire against the biggest blob so far, haven't we?
Yes, you
so
have.
we're going to stick it on that big blob.
Okay.
So it's 2 actions. Now it does, I believe, it's a reflex save from the blob.
Okay, I'm sure that this blob of slime is going to have a really good reflex.
You never know. You never know.
I'm confident he's going to be great at it. That's a 9.
Okay, so that doesn't go anywhere close to my spell DC. So in that case, it takes the full 3d6 fire damage. Now I presume it's just it. This affects a square, and this blob is in that square, isn't it? The other ones aren't anywhere close.
It does.
That's
yes.
fine. In which case, it does 9 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Ooh, it takes 9 points of damage. There is no resistance to that. It goes straight through it.
Sweet. With my final action, where am I in relation to the blobs?
So you are you're sort of safe. You've got Bubba and Philipe in between you and the blob.
Cool. Velda just sort of as he's casting the sphere, just sort of wanders back with Jin and goes sort of away from the blob, just in the group. So.
Yep. Velda kind of backs safely away from the
blob.
Fragile
spellcaster. So, yep.
She drops some fire on the creature. So now there's a flaming sphere on top of this creature. Very nice. Beelzeboob, it is your go.
Beelzeboob looks back at steps forward, looks back at the rest of the gang, and in no context goes to the rest of the gang. You see, the thing is, I'm always stoned. And then drinks a stone fist elixir, and his fists turn into stone. and then he's going to punch one of the things. Punch one of the oozes. That's not going to hit because it was shit. Actually, it might be 15.
15. A 15 is a hit. It's flat-footed.
Good. 1d6 plus 4. Okay, 5 points of Dimaggio.
5 points of Dimaggio. You hit it solidly. That is bludgeoning damage, I'm assuming.
Yes, and it has the non-lethal. It removes the non-lethal trait for the elixir.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, so you smash through it. So normally unarmed attacks would be non-lethal, because you've drunk the elixir, then they're lethal attacks.
Yes.
Because you have fists of stone.
Caragor,
so you make
Caragor spots that just out the corner of his eye and goes, "Nice one, Beelzeboob."
Yeah! Smash!
All right, don't get cocky now, kid.
I love that Beelzeboob, the mutagenist specialised alchemist, and this is the first time since the Fall of Plaguestone episode 1 that he has drunk a mutagen.
Yeah. It may be because I accidentally put more bombs because on the Path Builder it automatically goes to bombs rather than elixirs, and I didn't realise, so maybe that might be the reason, but we don't know.
I like the... I'm always stoned. This is like having an actual conversation with you, because you, like, whenever we're talking on Messenger or something, you have half the conversation before you ask a question or something. So I'll just get a message from you just being like, "What's their address?" And I'm like, "Whose address?" And you're just like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking about someone else." Like,
I always do that. Scott gets really annoyed with me when you were usually in green rooms, and I would be like, "Yeah, so there's this," and then Scott's like, "What? What
Just
are you on about?"
come up and start talking about a mouse pad. We're about to go on stage, and like we're trying to prep clown outfits, and he's just like, "So anyway, that's why I can't get that one anymore, because it's got a lycra bottom and not a plastic bottom." I'm looking at him, I'm looking at the costumes, I'm like, "What does this mean?" I'm trying to like piece meanings together, like we're trying to apply lipstick and stuff. I'm like, "What is it? What are you saying?"
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Have you got an action left?
So that was drawn a potion, drank it, smashed.
And then smashed. I think, yeah, you mix. I think you can mix and drink a potion. I think Jam Jam can mix and drink potions for you.
Yes.
Mix potions and pour them into your mouth. So I think you have. I think we worked that out. That's the benefit of Jam Jam, is he basically sits on your shoulder mixing potions and just feeding them to you.
All right.
So if you like, Beelzebub's got one more action.
I'll go for another smash. So that's -5, yeah, because it's only.
Yes, -5.
Alrighty. Oh, that's a good another roll. That's some 10, and then with the -5, 21.
21's a hit.
Good. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. Very good. You're making some serious inroads on this first ooze. Beelzebub just pounding it with his stone fists while Jam Jam clings onto his hair, just pouring potions into his mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, good job. So disgusting. It's time for the other oozes to take a go. So one of the oozes, the first ooze to split off, is going to kind of slither up onto the. It's going to kind of slither up onto the platform. That does provoke from Folton if you want to take an attack of opportunity.
Yes, I will take an attack of opportunity.
It's mindless, so it doesn't think about stuff like attacks of opportunity.
Oh, well, actually, it was a 16 with even my awful roll.
A 16's a hit.
Yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 points of bludgeoning damage with my warhammer.
10 points of bludgeoning damage. I forgot you had your bludgeoning damage up. That's great stuff. Okay, cool. It doesn't split in that case. It crawls up, and as it does, you just slap it into the ground as it's coming up, and just leave a big smear of it across. But the remaining goo that makes it up is now up onto the onto the kind of the pathway.
Good.
It goes ahead and it takes an attack first against Caragor. That is going to be it's another 9, for God's sake. Oh no, it's not. Hang on, it's a 20. I don't think that will get through though.
No, it won't. I see you and I slip by you, mate.
Oh, it slaps its tendril against it. So the rolls these things have made so far: 9, 4, 1, 1, 5.
It's a splendid.
Good.
These things. This is like Dice and Dragons all over again, right? It's got one more action. It's going to go against Folton. I'm going to get one of you guys. It's an 8 on the die for an 18.
No.
Oh, no hits yet. They just flail against you, completely failing to get through. Okay, let's go for the next one. The next one doesn't have a lot of options. It's. I was not expecting you guys to be this effective against Oozes.
Yeah, we've learned something, Dan.
Okay.
We've learned. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. So the other one kind of just does a wide lap of the room and just kind of slithers around behind the others to try and starts bearing down on Bubba, Beelzeboob, and Velda. But it can't get to them just yet. It's just kind of starting to crawl up onto the pathway where they are. But it uses its whole turn to do that. And we come around it. It's Caragor's go. You're in melee combat with one of them now, side by side with Folton.
I am. So Caragor's going to quick draw his +1 cold iron heavy mace that he's got, and he just unhooks. Just gonna try out Windu for the first time. There we go, and smashes it down on the Ooze. It doesn't really matter if I move or swap Hunt Prey, because it doesn't change any attack or damage bonuses if I move it to anybody else at this stage in the fight, does it?
No, I think it's just your first. It might be it's your first attack each round, isn't it? That it gives the.
Don't know. Is it per combat or is it per round? Happy for you to make a ruling on that, because I'm not sure. I thought it was per combat.
I thought it was per round, and even if you did, you could switch. This is technically the same creature, just split across multiple ones. So. Goodness me, oozes are weird. I reckon it's per round, so if you want to spend an action to re-hunt prey on this creature, then you can absolutely go ahead and do that.
I do so. I hunt prey on this one and challenge it for rulership of the Galactic Senate. I bring Windu down on top of them, and yep, it's 25.
25, that'll hit it. I am the Senate.
Shut up. No, you're not.
Told you I was angsty.
Good. That's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Amazing.
Hey! Oh, bludgeoning optimism, nailed it.
Oh, wonderful.
Go on, and it also melts, doesn't it? Because cold iron is the anti-magic, anti-alchemical brought to the earth, brought to Galarian by Akaton themselves. It smashes the ooze into nothing because it's cold iron, and we also all level up at the same time, right, Dan? Right, Dan?
Cold iron. You slam it. Cold iron does nothing extra against oozes. Unfortunately, it's very good against Fae, though. So the Tooth Fairy that flies in between you and the ooze and just like, hello, just takes the blow and explodes into goo.
Against Fae, in the gleam of the mace, as I smash it down on the ooze, it just reflects the reflection of Shania and Kivan. Oh, good to know.
There, so that did some good damage to it. Very nice. Okay, so you got one. Let's see. So you drew the mace, you hunted prey, and you made an attack. So that's your 3.
I drew the mace, but I do have a quick draw, a feat. So does that?
So yep, that's fine then. So yeah, you go ahead.
Is it going to change anything on this dice? Yes, it might. It's a 28.
28. That's a hit.
Oh god! It's another 8 points of bludgeoning damage. How that?
Amazing. I'm macing again. You smashed the ooze the second time. This ooze made a terrible mistake by crawling up onto the platform with the two of you. Both of you are just kind of like a sort of 80s platformer game. Both of you are just hammering it as it's coming up.
I'd like to think you're both in sync, so it's like dush, 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 dush.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, bang, bang. We all smash. Yeah, I quite like I've got the rhythm now. Yeah, we all do it. I see it now. I see it. It sort of connects, when you hear a tune and it doesn't hit with you, and then you hear it later on, and then it sort of falls into the back of your subconscious. It's like that.
Bang, bang, bang. The ooze gets banged. Folton, it's your go. You've got an ooze on the platform in front of you that you and Caragor are banging. You've got an ooze to your right which is on fire and has been banged. There's a lot of banging oozes going on around here.
I'm gonna bang some more. I'm gonna bang that one in front of me. How badly banged does that ooze look?
It's very hard to tell because there's a lot of slime splattered all over from all of them at the moment. Probably the one that's going after Velda and Bubba looks the healthiest out of all of them, but that's ages away from you and very much a Velda problem.
All right, I'll just go for the one in front. That is a 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 21.
21 is a hit.
Good. Oh, no, not 21. 20, sorry. Because I'm...
20's still a hit.
Keep forgetting it's not mine.
Ooze's terrible AC.
Good. That is a 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
10 points of bludgeoning damage. You splatter the ooze in front of you all over the thing. You just kind of hit it a few more times, and the last few tendrils just kind of slither away. You've destroyed one of the oozes. Now you have the one that's on fire next to you.
Go for that one. That is not so good. That is a 10.
A 10 is a miss.
No.
Unfortunately, the fire is too intense and you're not able to get close enough to it to get a good hit.
I'll go for it again. It's not very good. That is a... Oh, balls. That is a 12.
12 is a hit because it's
even with a minus 10.
Fuck yeah. Even with a minus 10, it's flat-footed because of its hesitant slithering.
That is a 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
5 points of bludgeoning damage, not enough to destroy it, but it is looking. So you slap it again with the hammer. Good work, Folton. Shania Rain and Philipe the Devil Monkey.
Well, Philipe obviously has her scroll out, and before she reads from the scroll, she turns to the monster and says, You're not an ooze monster. This is an ooze monster. She reads the scroll and summons a wretched, a mud wretch.
A mud?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
right.
So a great muddy creature rises up. Tell us so it summons the creature. It's
So it starts as like a puddle, and then that rises up, and it sort of takes a vaguely humanoid form. But it's like slippy, slidey mud, and it's like blub 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 blub. And it goes. Shania, commands it to go straight for I don't know which. How many have we got left?
You have got 2 left. You've got one that's on fire and attacking Philipe. And you've got one that is not on fire and is bearing down on Bubba and...
Okay, all right. I'm going to go for the one that's not on fire because mud wretches don't want to dry out. So...
that sounds...
Yeah, so going to aim him at that one. And he's going to go and, give a punch and maybe try and constrict. We'll see.
All right, so it tries to attack.
Right, I'll throw a dice.
Give me an attack roll. Throw a die for the mud creature.
So that is let me see, 29.
29's definitely a hit. What is the mud creature's name?
Sloppy. Yeah, Sloppy the Mudman. Yeah.
Sloppy Mudman and his jazz orchestra.
I do love the background on mud wretches because if they dry out, they suffer from low throbbing aches until they can resaturate. In the official description. Bless them.
I know the feeling well.
We don't need any low throbbing aches. We've already got Folton and Caragor banging everything and splatters everywhere. We don't need any more low throbbing aches, guys.
Right. So it's 6 points of bludgeoning damage plus it grabs the creature.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the creature has been grabbed.
With a sort of that's the sound it makes.
Does it say, here's mud in your eye?
So
I know amorphous blobs don't have eyes. I can see Scott looking at me. It is just an eye.
Oh my goodness. So this is so disgusting. This is so us. As the thing is just crawling up out of the sewer over the lip of it towards Bubba, it just suddenly stops, and this sort of brown, muddy, goopy mass just rises up out of the sewer behind it and grabs hold of the back of the ooze and starts pulling it back away from Bubba. That is
I'm not going to lie, but you don't tend to get mud in sewers.
No,
you tend to get something else.
No, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to give us a little bit of leeway on this one because
it came from a scroll. All right, James, it's magic. Stop it.
It's Sloppy the puppy.
It's from the elemental plane of Earth, James. Given the fact that we're having a slime fight in a sewer, this has been remarkably mature as an episode for all of us. I'm trying to keep it this way.
I'm just working it out. I'm drawing up the logistics of this world. That's what I'm just...
All right. Philippe's still got to go, though, right?
He does not, I'm afraid, because it's 3 actions to cast that spell, so you can't activate Philippe this turn.
Okay,
so Philippe doesn't get to make an action. But Bubba, however, does. It's Bubba's go.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to cast a spiritual weapon.
Ooh.
And, so my deity is Caden...
Yep.
Caden Wilson, the third.
Good call.
Yeah, right. And so I'm going to get.
So it's a rapier,
and it's going to just slash through it. The physical. I've read the spiritual weapon actually deals force damage.
Nice.
So that's quite good.
Nice.
That's really good. So it makes an attack. Which one are you attacking? The one that's fighting Sloppy Mudman, or the one that is the one that's on?
Yeah,
fire
Sloppy Mudman, because it's in quite good shape, isn't it? So I think it's a good thing to do.
Also, currently being grabbed, so...
Yeah, right. And that's 1d8 plus my spellcaster mod, so that is...
Okay, so...
That's 8 points of damage.
I think you got to roll a hit first.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
So make a spell attack against it.
Of course, yes, my mistake. Again,
You got a good chance, because it's being grabbed by Sloppy.
Oh, no. It's a bad roll. It's only like 7.
A 7 won't do
Being
it.
grabbed. No!
Oh, no.
Even being grabbed.
Damn it. All right, I'll use my last action to inspire courage. Oh, I missed, but you lot won't. Then we can go out and have a joke. Yay! There we go. That's his song for that one.
I preferred him when he was underground, He's become quite mainstream now, and fame's changed his abilities, I think.
Somehow
I'm going back to it, don't worry. I'll go back. I'll bring back like an album. It'll be great.
Must be like, imagine it's like Firestarter, just like singing in the sewer.
Yeah.
So I don't know how Shania and Karagor, with their sort of slight affinity for other gods, and Folton maybe a little bit, feel about watching Bubba invoke the power of his god, and then a sword just flies off in completely the wrong direction, and this is a slime that's being grappled by another slime.
I'd like to back off a little bit as well. I use my move action to sort of back up to where Velda is, so I'm away from that thing if it gets loose.
You sing and you back up. So Inspire Code, that gives their +1 to hit for everybody.
That's correct, yeah. +1 hit and saves, yeah.
+1 to hit, +1 to your saves. Okay, let's see if... I tell you who won't be making use of that is the Jelly, because he doesn't get to do that. But he does get to make some attacks, and he is definitely going to hit with at least one of them. The first attack is going after Philippe the Devil Monkey.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
And that is a 23 against Philippe.
All right, okay, you got him.
Okay, he hits Philippe. He has got Philippe. So that hits for 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then on top of that, Philippe takes 5 points of acid damage as the pod hits him and just covers him in sticky acid. As its second action, it automatically grabs Philippe. It's taken a page out of Poopy Mudman, Sloppy Mudman.
You said it. Put it in your mind.
Yes! Broken me down. Can't believe you guys. It hits the thing, it wraps its tendril around Philippe, it picks Philippe up. Philippe looks at you in a panic. It then squeezes. It then squeezes Philippe with its final action, which deals automatic constrict damage. Philippe takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage and another point of acid damage. And Philippe is being held in the air by this.
He's in
creature.
trouble.
He's
in serious trouble.
Right. Philippe held aloft. That's the jelly's go, though. Velda, it's your go.
Okay, so just to have a status report on the blobs. Have we got a blob coming for the, let's say, the back team?
Okay.
This is your blob report.
We got an update.
Blob report, and very much prioritised as we would expect Velda to prioritise it. The one which is coming after Velda.
It's trying to flank us, and that's not...
That's an important strategic point. Yes, that one was trying to climb up onto the platform, but has been stopped by Sloppy Mudman, who is trying to pull it back down into the sewer. So that one is not making progress towards you, although it does seem to be the larger of the two. The other one is the one with the flaming sphere on it, who currently is holding Philippe up in the air by one of its acidic tendrils.
Okay. In that case, I'm presuming that if I moved a flaming sphere onto a grappled blob, then it would affect the grappler.
It will not, no, because they take up their own spaces. So yes, and these things are large creatures.
Okay.
So there's
a flaming sphere is only like it's not like a huge, massive thing. It's like a basketball size.
Yeah, exactly. So Velda looks at the poopy mudman and the blob. And then he looks at sort of the one holding Philippe, and then he looks back at Poopy Mudman, and he goes, "I'm trusting you, Poopy," and then keeps his flaming sphere on the blob to try and rescue Philippe, to try and help out Philippe. So I'd like a reflex save on that blob, please.
Okay,
maintain fire.
Good for Philippe. It's a 19
against my spell DC. That's a fail.
DC. Go ahead, roll some fire damage.
Wizard. Oh, it's good. It's very good. Good. That's 13 points of fire damage.
13 points of fire
now,
damage.
presuming I'm going to have to use an action to maintain. Do you?
Yeah, it's one action to sustain.
Can I cast another spell whilst maintaining the flaming sphere? Good,
yes,
that's what I thought. Just want to check. It's been a while since we've done combat. In that case, I would like to... Unfortunately, a lot of my stuff is acid or electricity. So I'm going to do a Ray of Frost. Pew!
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go a Ray of Frost, that thing. So I'm going to have to roll.
We're back in the sewer.
I know,
Ray
right?
of Frost is back. But it's heightened now, so it will do more damage. It's heightened to half your level.
So it is 21 to hit.
21 is a hit.
Yes. Okay, so looking at here, it's 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is what is my spellcasting ability modifier?
I believe you haven't. I still think you're not heightening your cantrips there. I'm sure it should be doing more damage than that. But I tell you what, just roll that one.
Okay.
Your spell modifier is your intelligence mod, so it'll be +4, I think.
Okay, that's fine. Apologies, I'm just having to... I don't have any D4s. I don't know where it has gone. So, one second. I've got a fancy little dice roller here on my computer, and it is 2. So,
2 points.
So 2 points damage, plus my intelligence modifier, isn't it? Yep, so 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. You know what? I probably dragged that one out more than it needed to. It had 1 hit point.
Hey! They call me the monkey saver.
Velda destroys his second ooze after the sanguine ooze destroying a sanguine ooze with a ray of frost years ago back in Ilsurian. Velda levels it at this ooze as it's holding Philippe, hits it with fire, then hits it with ice, and it just crusts over and then just shatters with the difference in temperature. Philippe falls
Still
back to
got
the
it.
ground.
And Velda goes...
Dan, was that episode 16 as well?
I think it was episode 16.
Gee, so every 100 episodes.
It's a tradition. Considering we're going to fight a lot more blobs, so look forward to that. I'm going to be useless now.
Shania sort of darts a look at Velda and gives him a grimace, a nod of thank you. You know what I mean? Sort of mid-fight grimace of thanks.
Yeah, Velda nods back, gives her a wink, and then
Nice. Beelzebub the Thing, Bigsby the Third.
Running over to the... Is it the last one? There's only one more left.
It's the last one,
I'll go over to that one. Smashy, smashy with my fisties. That's going to be a 28.
A 28, that will get him.
Good. That is a 10 points of bludgeoning damage with my fisties.
Amazing, 10 points. You just run up and just start wailing on the next one. Take that! Struggling. You did.
I'm going to go again. That is a 22.
22, that's a hit as well.
Good. That is an 8 points of damaggio.
8 points of damage. It's still
fucking
up.
hell. And then I'm going to go for one more. Why not?
Unfortunately, you had to use your action to run over to it to get close to it because of Sloppy holding it back. So that's your go, getting over to there, which means it's time for it to take a go. It's held by Sloppy, but it can still act. It wheels round on Beelzeboob with a 27 to hit Beelzeboob.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some sad music we can start playing here.
I do the music.
Wouldn't a bit of a rock be
I
more
do the music,
appropriate?
Dan.
Sad rock.
Beelzebub takes 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Not too bad. He then takes 6 points of acid damage. The creature then grabs him, because even though it's grabbed, it can still grab him because it doesn't have arms. So it just picks Beelzebub up by its...
You never went to Condition Corner as well for grabbed.
Do you want to go to Condition Corner?
All right.
Condition Corner is the place that we go when bad stuff happens to you on the show. It's Condition Corner with Ross and his celebrity friends.
Today's Condition Corner is done by David Attenborough. You are held in place by another creature, giving you the flat-footed and immobilized conditions. If you attempt a manipulate action while grabbed, you must succeed at a DC 5 flat check or it is lost. Roll the check after spending the action, but before any effects are applied. Thank you. I'm David Attenborough.
Thank you, David Attenborough.
It's like he was in the room.
Nice of him to take time out of his schedule and come along and do that.
That's the thing, with everyone's got more time on their hands, so he thought he'd come in, just do Condition Corner for a day.
89 as well.
Yeah.
89,
Ledge.
I think.
That's how much damage Beelzeboob takes.
No, that's how much damage David Attenborough does if he ever lands a hit like he is. That dude is stacked.
Yeah. Right, so what's next?
Okay, so you are now grabbed, which means you're flat-footed and immobilized. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage and another 2 points of acid damage.
Okay,
on top of what you already took.
What? Another load more damage.
Yeah, so so the first hit does 11 bludgeoning and 6 acid.
Yeah,
and then the constrict does 9 bludgeoning and 2 acid.
So 11, another 11.
So the slime, as Beelzebub's hitting it, the slime just wraps around both of his arms and just starts trying to pull Beelzebub apart.
Jesus. Help me! Cast it into the fire! Destroy it!
Oh, Caragor, it's your go.
I see poo. And Caragor leaps at the thing holding Beelzeboob. Folton, you're not gonna help? You're not gonna help? No? Oh, it's no. I'll find out. No, that's all right. I'll do it. I'll get on with Windu.
All right.
And I'll
so
make some attempts.
Caragor leaps. You're gonna have to leap into the muck of the sewer to kind of get to it because it's only halfway up
up onto the platform.
Does doing that mean I have to go visit David Attenborough in Condition Corner?
You jump into the pub.
Does not, because it only comes up to your ankles when you get in there. It's gross, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's not
Caragor's been in loads worse. He loves this kind of stuff. Yeah, God, between my toes, yeah, lovely. God, cracking stuff that is. Hey! That's a 29.
A 29 is a hit.
Great. Is it a crit?
It is not a crit because it's immune to crits.
Course. Oh, smashy. 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
9 points of bludgeoning damage, not enough to make it release Folton.
What?
Not a Folton.
Look, you see, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to get it confused, isn't it? Old 2 characters, Harmston.
I half expected all of you to just stand back and watch Beelzeboob get torn apart just to make this show simpler.
Yeah, good at the show.
The next one is just a dirty, filthy, slime-spattered 20.
I mean, everything is filthy down here, but that is definitely a hit.
That's a further 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
7 points of bludgeoning damage as you bring the mace smashing down on it. Finally releases Beelzeboob and just sloshes down into the sewer. Beelzeboob crashes back onto the ground covered in slime, as is Philipe, and you kind of look as the last of the slime just trickles away onto the floor. Poopy, Sloppy rises up from it and just gives you a bit of a thumbs up. And a job well done. Danger Club, playing the slithering, we have defeated our first ooze of this adventure. There may be more to come. There may be bigger ones to come, but we'll find out what's further in this sewer next week, because that's where we leave it for today.
Who's laughing now?
Hey.
Oh,
It's
there will be
slime.
So many fluids.
Don't.
Trust me, I know fluids.
This week's episode was made possible by our patrons, and especially our Dangerling of the Week, Matt Letty. Matt Letty. Matt Letty. Letty. Matt Letty. Matt Letty. Letty. To get your name on the show, go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast.
Sorry, Cole, we're going to need a cut here. I've got to...
So I just keep rolling. Don't pause anything. I'll just cut this out.
No, that's fine.
Fuck you, Colin.
Oh, you know what? Scott, you won't be heard in this episode. So, fuck you. Eat a dick, Scott.
What's it? It'd be quite interesting as an experiment if we just cut one person's track out of the episode and if it would make any sense.
No, it's shit.
That
That happens all the time when I'm editing these remote episodes. It's not good at all. You just hear for a little while. You hear, yeah. I think that'd be great if we do that.
I think that's pretty much all I hear anyway. Just sort of background noise and then affirmations to myself. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm glad you all agree. Yeah. It's really good. Thanks.
In between watching rap videos.